So, dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our ongoing meditation session now. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and gently close your eyes, please. So, focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to meditation, nowadays it becoming a very popular subject. And there are many different kind of meditation techniques day by day come to society. And now meditation becoming a very marketing word. There's nothing wrong with that and no one can stop it. It's going to happen. And one thing is, so maybe person start with the wrong understanding, but somehow by the time that people slowly start to get into the right path. So, but yourself, you have to remember to learn the fundamental qualities, fundamentals and the basic very carefully and with clear understanding. So that will give you a overall good, clear view regarding your practice. So when it comes to meditation, it's mainly based with the mind. So in English, we call mindfulness, and another is meditation. This both connotations, when we go to the connotations of the meditation and the mindfulness, not enough to explain the very clear idea of the bhavana. So the bhavana is the original Pali word. So Buddha explained what is the bhavana means in his own word, and according to that explanation, bhaveti kusaladhamme aseveti vaddeti bhavana. So what is that mean? So the bhavana is, this is the thing. In the beginning, you have to understand the very nature of the mind. So mind is not located in one place, or it doesn't have any kind of like the different permanent pattern to be. So the very existence itself is your mind. There is nothing exist. There is nothing you can experience beyond your mind. So whatever you experience is your mind. Mind is all over your body. And it's like a flux. It's like a network. It's like a nest. It's like a spider web. So it's all over, interconnected. And it's always happening. It doesn't matter you do the meditation or not. So meditation and mindfulness now very famous. So we have to get that word. And somehow we have to transform that word to the original meaning. So there are two ways when we use the language. Sometimes you can go into the original meaning and you can use that meaning. And sometimes you have to get the word and then you have to inject the original idea to that word. So now meditation and the mindfulness is very famous, well known. Everyone know this word. So then what we have to do? We have to inject, include the original meaning to that. It doesn't matter whatever the meaning it came. So practice point of view, we use meditation and the mindfulness. So you should know when we use that word, that's mean bhavana. So the mind is always happening 24/7, non-stop, from birth to death. It's always you experience things knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously. So somehow the mind happens. So then what is meditation means? So for that we have to get an example, because the very meaning, the cultivation of the mind. So then let's get an example. What is the meaning of the cultivation? Just go to the farmer. Just look. You can put any seed anywhere, and maybe if the necessary facility is there, that seed will grow. But farming is not like that. What the farmers does, they use the same ground, but they prepare it in a very special way. So if you can plant a tree just in the ordinary way in your garden, and at the same time you can plant that tree in the middle of the jungle, that is still that tree going to grow in a certain way. So like that, the farmer in the beginning it start to prepare the land, and then in that piece of land put the necessary water and make that the necessary soil and to certain level. And in the beginning he basically arrange everything and then put the seed, not all the seed. So as example, that if you want to grow rice, so then you put the rice. And if you want to grow the corn, so what you sow, you reap. Same principle. So then, as a farmer, that there are different kind of farmers. So then, why that name come to that farmer? Because that farmer use that kind of plant or the seed to get that harvest. So, and not only that, even though there are many other trees that you can plant in that paddy field or in that environment, but he focused to only certain kind of trees, plants, or the harvest. So then he keep protecting it. Maybe as example, when you plant, when you grow rice, that doesn't mean that you cannot grow anything else there. No, sometimes you can grow corns and some other vegetables. Sometimes farmers do that, but they don't put that much attention to that. Another thing is, there are certain vegetables when you put that plant, so the farmers know this. When you put a certain vegetables, so as example, you create a paddy field to grow rice, and there are certain vegetables when you plant that, it become poison to rice. And it has power, when the flowers come, it has power to invite unnecessary insect or some kind of other little creatures to do harm to the paddy field. So then the farmers become very careful when they grow the rice, and they mostly use that area only for rice. See, then they keep watching it, take caring it, and putting the water in to the right amount. So like that, they use same thing. That's why it's called cultivation of the mind. So then in your mind, you can grow any thoughts. It's like a paddy field. So then you come to a point, okay, I going to have only these thoughts. It's like the the rice farmer will select, I'm going to grow rice. And if the corn, that person go for the corn. Or the chili, if the farmer want to grow chili and he select, okay, in this area, I'm going to put chili. So like that, you come to a point to decide, I going to be with only this thought. So that is what called nimitta. So the nimitta means you select a place, workplace to do certain work in that place. You don't do everything in that place. So once you select as a nimitta, maybe observing inhalation, exhalation, or contemplating the Buddha's qualities, or contemplating the loving kindness, and contemplating the death. So like that, you can get anything and you can keep follow that. So then it become, your mind start to go with it. So then that is what called cultivation. So the cultivation of the mind mean you come to a point to stay with one thought, one mental object. So once you start to, because the very nature of the mind always go here and there, we have many mental objects. So now you select one object and you stay there. And if the mind go here and there, suddenly when you close your eyes, boom, you cannot go into that. Why? Because your very behavior, nature, it used to go here and there. But little by little, you train your mind. So like the wild animals, horse or the elephant, when they bring from the jungle in the beginning, people are not going to play with them, no? And they protect very well and put in a cage, and then provide necessary food and everything, and take care. They don't go close that much. But little by little, once the animal become calm down, relax. So have you seen when you go to watch circus, how uh, the people play with animals, very dangerous animals, tigers, lions, the elephants, and see how the people they use the horses. So like that. So your mind also, little by little, you tame, you slowly, little by little, you maintain. And then you come to a one single thought and stay there. Knowingly. And always you take a very clear, conscious decision. That is what you need. Now you recognize, okay, you want to observe the inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. That is your conscious decision. So then what happening if the mind go here and there, you recognize your mind somewhere else. Then again, you bring it. So that is your conscious decision. Again and again in the beginning, you have to have some effort to do this. So that is what practice. Otherwise, meditation doesn't mean you close your eyes and you come to a posture and you don't going to be kind of like a statue in a museum. It is not meditation. Maybe it is a meditation for some, but what the Buddha said, we follow that path. So you work with the mind, not the posture. Posture is important and all other things important, but most important thing is your conscious decision. Remember that. Again and again, take the conscious decision. And in day-to-day life, even whatever you do, then it become a profitable skill. So then the habitually things not going to happen in you. By mistake, things not going to happen in you. You always, your bodily, verbally, mentally actions start to follow your conscious decision. That is where you become your master. You become your own teacher. You become your own guru. You become your own boss. Why? Because you take the conscious decisions to do things. And that is where the clarity arises with your actions. When you take action with the conscious decision, you know what is happening? you can see the reaction. You know what's going to happen. And that is where you get out of the fear regarding your future, and you get out of the doubt, and you have the confidence. And even whatever come to you, you know the reason why it happened to you. Then life is not going to become a struggle. Life is not going to become a very fearful thing. And that calmness, that clarity, little by little, little by will take you to the deeper practice. So that is overall in the surface level of that understanding what is this meditation and how we do this. So as a basically as a primary mental object, we follow our inhalation exhalation through the sensation, not by visualizing, not by thinking, not by breathing and doing ourselves. No, your purpose should be to recognize the sensation in front of your nose or your upper lip area, and then allow it to happen. When it happens, recognize through the sensation, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. This is the beginning, middle, end, and sometimes the depth and the length of the inhalation, exhalation. Each and every inhalation and exhalation unique. So recognize that. That is what you need. Once you settle down with it, and you will see, it will take you little by little, it will take you deeper. And then when it go to the Vipassana, so we stay with the same primary mental object, but from there, you get out of all the thoughts, methods, and you become totally, completely free. With that freedom, with the total clarity, you just experience only the change. So that change will teach you something. So let's get into practice a little bit. Keep your right palm on your left. Neck head straight in one line. And bring your attention to your body, please. And observe head to toes and say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And when it happens, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Do nothing extra. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Keep focus your mind to inhalation, exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation, and see the length and the depth also. Some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it. Keep focus your mind to the change happening moment by moment, followed by the sensation. Bring attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion. From the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, there was a priest had a temple very close to the ocean, and the village people always come to pray for this place. Suddenly one day morning, people ran to the temple and told, "Oh priest, the water keep coming towards the land. Let's run." So the priest told, "In my whole life, I was keep praying to the God. I am the one who have the connection with the God. Why I have to follow your command? I have to wait here till the God come. And if the God appear and tell me something, I will follow that. Otherwise, I'm not going to listen to you. You are just my follower. You are just my student. So I am the master. Why I should follow you?" So then what happened? Like tsunami, you know, the water start to come to the land, and little by little, little by little, it entered to the temple also. So then the priest jump into the upstairs and waiting. And then the rescue boat came and told priest, "Jump to the boat, jump to the boat, because the water keep coming, water keep coming." Then everyone, already moved out of this area. So jump to the boat. And the priest told, "Why I have to follow you? I am the one who used to talk to God. You know? So I have the trust, I have the faith to the God. So I'm not going to listen to you. I will wait and God will do something." And then water keep, rising little by little, little by little, and he couldn't stay in the upstairs. Then he jumped to the roof. Then what happened? The rescue helicopters came and put the rope and told, "Please hold this and we're going to take you." But he told, "No, no, no, don't worry. The God will take care of me, because I am the one who used to pray for the God, and I am the one who capable to have the communication with the God, and the God didn't appear yet. I will wait." So then what happened? Little by little, the water became more aggressive, and even he couldn't stand on the top of the roof, and almost it came to the lower lip area, the water level. And it's very, very, very difficult, hold the breath a little bit. And then the god appeared, and the priest got so mad about the god, and I sacrificed my whole life, and I used to pray for you, and you didn't do anything for me. This is how you're going to treat for us. So the god appeared in front of him with a little smile and asked, what happened to you? Why are you struggling? So then he got so mad and told her, see, I'm almost died. Now you appeared. What's the point appearing now? Because I'm going to lose my life. So the god told, you know, I sent the village people and you didn't recognize. And I sent the boat, you didn't recognize. Even I sent the rescue helicopters, you didn't recognize. So don't blame to me. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, you have to remember when it comes to spirituality, when you have the faith regarding something, nothing wrong having faith. But there is a two different way, having faith and recognition. So if you develop the faith to recognize something, and that recognition will show you the path. But if you whatever you believe, if make you blind, and if it is not allow you to recognize, you're going to have a hard time out of your own spiritual practice. That not only you, and you will give a hard time to other people also. So see that the recognizing the person is something else. When it comes to our life, and we like to see unseen angels, gods, and we have the faith, and we believing. There's nothing wrong with that. But we cannot sometimes recognize the angels whoever live with our parents, with our brothers, sisters, or with our family members, with our neighbors, and sometimes with very unknown people suddenly appear to our life and help for us. So sometimes we don't see that. And we hold it to ideas, we hold it to believing. And that believing, that idea sometimes make you blind. Once you become blind with the believing, no longer you cannot, you can't grow anymore. So then remember, always, so whatever the spiritual practice that you go follow, always remember, develop your recognition. Use that all the material, that whatever, use that all the teachings to develop your recognition, because that is the most powerful thing that you have. So when you have the recognition is the key going to develop your path. So how you can get into the recognition? So when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, especially through this meditation practice, to get into this practice, you have to have 4 qualities. Always you have to develop it. So one is the Kalyana Mittata. You have to have a very good friend circle around you, spiritual friends. It's nothing wrong having other friends. Of course, you have to have friends for parties, going out and dancing, singing, karaoke, or anything. It's okay. But have some spiritual friend circle also. and keep some kind of practice little bit close to your heart, and always look for the truth. So that the spiritual practice used to go towards the truth. That is what the Theravada tradition is so different than others. It's called the orthodox. The very meaning of orthodox, holding to the truth. When it comes to the community of the Sangha, it doesn't matter the king or the president or the nation or the prince or the families. It doesn't. Sometimes they come with the different views. But from ancient time, 2,600 years to today, the community of the Sangha, this Theravada tradition, they always give up that all other connection, that they hold it to the truth. And sometimes in your life also that situations come. The truth is something else, maybe your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, wife, your children, your parents, your neighbors, your brother, sister, stand with something totally go against the truth. So then what happened to you? You see the truth, and then you have something else from the other side to select. So if you stand with the Dharma, forget about that, whatever the connection that you have, you always stand with the truth. That is the quality of the Buddha's teaching. That is what called Theravada. It's called, that is what even any other religions also have this group, the path. Orthodox. Orthodox mean hold it to truth. And sometimes we jump to other side. And you heard the word called naughty. So then all the naughty people in the spiritual path give up the truth and jump to the other side. You have to select, you're going to be the orthodox or the naughty. Naughty means empty, nothing cultivated, that already just go with the lust or the desire, just empty. And so you don't have anything. So then you always have the dependent nature from whoever around you, always bound to something, because you don't have something. You kind of like a beggar. That is called naughty. Learn that. If somebody say you are naughty, so that's mean it's kind of like emotionally or with your behavior, with anything. And regarding in that conversation, in that environment, you are empty. So then you have to understand, you have to take it very serious. It's like a sign. It's like a giving kind of like a wisdom to yourself. Then you have to find something for you. What you can find? You can get in only the truth. Because when people become empty, they go into sometimes other situations. Look at the society. I give a simple example with the material world. When people become empty, with poor, no money, empty pocket, one person become a thief, and one person become a beggar or the thief and go and stealing from others, and another person determined, I'm going to start something, and no longer I'm not going to be like these difficulties, and that person become a millionaire. See, one person go towards becoming a beggar or the thief, and another person go towards the millionaire. See, the both open the path when that person was empty, but it is the choice. So you want to be naughty or you want to be orthodox. So it is your choice. For that's why you have to have a very spiritual friends also. All are the friends you need in any kind of people. All are people, but at the same time, find some people, keep their connection with you, and have some spiritual friendship, develop that. Not kind of like a teacher and a student. No, it is not like that. You have to have friends, whoever practice the go with the spiritual. How you can find that kind of people? When you meet that people, when you talk that with that people, if that people always try to make with the profitable things in their life, rather than talking about others' mistakes, or rather than trying to put into trouble somebody or make jokes regarding somebody, always try to help you to get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So then you find that person and you stay with that. Keep that connection, nourish that connection day by day, day down. The second quality, you have to have the Sadhamma Savana. That means you have to have the 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 intention to listen to the Buddha's teaching. So before you go into the Buddha's teaching, you have to develop the idea to listen. So remember that as I mentioned in the beginning, the faith and the recognition, how the faith can transform to recognition. When you develop the listening as a quality, that is where the recognition going to happen. The listening is the key to recognition. Be a person to listen some and develop it as a profitable skill. Listen to your parents. Listen to your husband, wife, children, friends, and maybe they are wrong, but you develop the quality to listen. And when you develop that quality, when you master that quality, you recognize who they are. That recognition will help you to change them. Because if you don't recognize who they are, how are you going to help them? How are you going to change them? But once you recognize, oh, this person like this person have the greed or the hatred or the anger or the ignorance, then you can help. And giving a book or taking samya and having a good conversation, and little by little, you can transform that person to something. So you are the one who can do that, not somebody else. So then the quality that you have to develop, listening. When you have the idea to listen, that will take you to recognize. So in meditation also the same, that recognition come when because listening is a skill, and you have to learn, you have to be patient to listen. So that will help. It is just not only one action, entire your body react in that moment. If you develop, if you mastering listening, this entire universal, all the stars going to be with you. It's nothing come against when you start to listen. So that's why develop it as a skill. Learn to listen to your body. Learn to listen to the bird. Learn to listen to the nature. Learn to listen to the trees. Learn to listen to the cloud. Learn to listen to the sun, moon, stars, universe. So that will show you something. Because why? Because you are part of it. So when always in our mind, blah, 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 always something, that disconnect you. Then you, even somebody very close to you keep talking something you cannot understand. If you cannot listen, that whatever you talk, it's not going to make any sense. So it's like talking, remember, talking is not a big thing. Barking and talking is the both, we have very similar. So the parrot also can talk. No, so even, but as a quality, you have to learn to listen. So that is the important part. And then when you listen little by little, it's going to recognize, is this important? What that person saying? So then that will help you to recognize what you want. So then then you have a choice. But it slowly you have to develop as art. And then the third one, yoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara means that the recognition that deeply yourself by experiencing. When it comes to the Buddha's teaching, especially in the samatha vipassana in meditation, it called pajanati. Pajanati means by yourself, you recognize through analyzing. So that more than the surface level of recognition, you need more awareness to get into that. And then nothing go wrong when you come to that. As we know, we all know impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selfless, we all know that. When you go to buy milk, the very first thing mostly you do, though you check the price and then the expire date. If you buy some ice cream, yogurt, these kind of things, when you were the very first thing, you see the expire date. Why? Because you know it's going to change. But that doesn't mean that knowledge not going to take, it cannot take you to the understanding of this fundamental quality as a change. So the change we are inherent with the change. So as example, the beauty is everywhere. All over in this universe, beauty. But sometimes it has ability to gather with something, and then we call beautiful. So the strength or the hardness is everywhere. But sometimes it has power to come and stay with something, then we call this is hard. But hardness is everywhere. So like that, the impermanent is everywhere. So sometimes it can appear through something. That appearance, seeing that appearance doesn't mean you recognize that the hardness is everywhere. You recognize this is hard. If somebody say, with the pen and this and bring something hard, you go and you will pick this piece of wood because you know it is hard. But that doesn't mean you really understood what is the universal hardness. So like that, when it comes to this everything, so whatever that around us, there are fundamental qualities held by that. Seeing just things doesn't mean you have ability to see the fundamental qualities. So the meditation is a method. You come to a point through your experience, analyzing, deeply recognizing, and you recognize this fundamental quality. And once you come to that, you surrender to that. That is where you surrender to the Dharma. You accept it. You become with it. You become more humble in front of that. So that make you release. That make you free. That is where through the practice of the spirituality, you find the freedom. Why? Because it has a link to get into this, this fundamental quality. So, yoniso manasikara, you use your own very clear, sharp mind without bounding any sanskara or the clays or mental formations or your previous experience. In the moment of the perception, you become very clear and experience. In that very moment, you recognize this everything. Arising, existing, moment by moment. And then it makes you discipline. Naturally, you come to a point to accept and humble and surrender. And you don't have anymore this aggressive animal nature, behavior inside you. You release from that. Then you become like the wind. Then you become like the water. Then you become like the rain. Then you become like the sun. There's no resistance in you. You always in the flow, in the flow, in the flow. And you experience everything without holding to anything, and there is no boundaries in you, but moment by moment, moment by moment, just the experience you have. So that is where this path will take you. So start to remember. So whatever you believe, learn to recognize. When you come to that point, everywhere you will see the Dharma. Everywhere you see the truth, and go with it. So don't be naughty. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbaroko vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.